What's up, guys? Just here by my channel. Tonight, be doing a review for Aew Dynamite. It was okay show and all that stuff, and yeah, it's gonna get to it then. First we saw car pull up and all that stuff with Jack Perry and the Young Bucks and all that stuff, but the security's trying to stop Jack Perry to coming in, but the Young Bucks insist and then go and all that stuff. But yeah, all right, we have a little segment, and all that stuff, and inside Dave's place, the theme for Orange Cassidy hits, but no one comes out eventually. We see the freshly squeezed one fly out the entrance tunnel. Trent Beretta comes out after him and is beating him down all the way to the ring. As the Jacksonville crowd boos, he gets on the mic and says, "Chuck, it's time. Please come and please get out here." Out comes a dejected looking Chuck Taylor to join Trent in the ring. When Orange is laid out, he talks about how they spent 5 years hugging this narcissistic piece of shit who was originally supposed to be their mascot when they came in, but instead they ended up being his puppets. Chuck tells Trent he always thought he was a piece of shit and knocks him out of the ring. He challenges Trent to a parking lot brawl. Alright, first match is AEW World Championship Eliminators, Short Strickland, who is a champion, versus Kyle Fletcher. We shoot to John Moxley somewhere in the back with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship belt draped around his shoulder. He addresses Powerhouse Hobbs and talks about how tonight he's gonna match through the mud, the fire, and arrows to prove he's willing to do what it takes to be atop the pro wrestling world as the IWGP champion. Back inside Dave's place, the theme for the brand new AEW World Heavyweight Champion Swerve Strickland hits, and out comes Prince Nana. He leads the entrance of the new champ, as always, by doing his goofy ass, hilarious dance. The two head to the ring together as fans pop and loudly chant, "Whose house? Swerve's house." He sells in the ring, and out comes his opponent, ROH World Television Champion for Kyle Fletcher of the Don Callis family. Don Callis joins the gang on special guest commentary for our opening title elimination match. The bell sounds official in this one. Swerve dominates the early action on, but Fletcher starts to take on the floor at ringside. Swerve takes back over and stands on the ring apron outside of the ring ropes, mean mugging as we shift gears and head to mid-match commercial break. When we return, after some more tough back and forth action, we see Strickland finish this one off with the pinfall victory. So winner is Swerve Strickland. Alright, after the match, we see head backstage where we see Renee Paquette standing by with former AEW World Champion Thunder Rosa. She asks her about coming up short and attempt to capture the AEW Women's World Championship. She brings up the loss to reigning the title holder Thomas Tony Storm at this past Sunday's AEW Dynasty 2014 pay-per-view, as well as Deon Purrazzo's involvement. Purrazzo ends up entering the picture and to get into a shoving match as we shoot gears and head back into another commercial break. Alright, same match is Anna Jay versus Mina Shirakawa. Alright. When we return from the commercials, we see highlights from the match of the year candidate in the dream match between the aerial assassin Will Ospreay and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson from this past Sunday's AEW 2024 pay-per-view in St. Louis. From there, we return inside Dave's place where Anna Jay makes her way down to the ring. Her opponent, Mina, is also out there, and now the bell sounds to get this one contest underway. After some early back and forth action, we see Jay settle in the offensive lead as we head to mid-match commercial break. As we so back in from the mid-match advertising timeout, we see Jay still controlling the action, but not for long, as Mina comes alive and lets out a war cry before grabbing Jay's arm and leaping off the top rope with a big knee to the grill. Jay fights back moments later and nearly scores a pin. We see Miami at ringside cheering Mina on as she takes back over and slaps out a leg lock. Jay makes it to the ropes to break the hold. Mina comes off the top rope with a missile drop kick and then as agreeing for another near fall attempt. Mina goes for the glamorous driver, but Anna reverses and snaps on the Queen Slayer. Mina fades but rolls over to cover Anna, surprising her with the pin for the win. Mariah May celebrates with Mina with champagne after the match. Anna Jay spoils the party, attacking both from behind. She slaps the Queen Slayer on May, and then the theme for Timeless Toy Storm hits and outruns the AEW Women's World Champion to make the save. Uh, this runs off Anna, but then the theme for Serenity hits. She makes her way out and picks up Tony Storm's shoes on the entrance aisle and sits down next to her women's title belt. She cuts a promo into the camera off mic, and music plays over in the background. We head to another commercial break after this. Winner is Mina Shirakawa or something. All right, we have a segment coming up right here. Back from the break, we see the ring decked out for the TBS Women's Championship celebration of a new title holder, Well Nightingale, who defended the House of Blacks really hard to capture the belt this past Sunday at AEW Dynamite 2004. She heads to the ring with Stokely Hathaway and Chris Stanlander. Oh man, I can't breathe. She talks about her journey to AEW, being in the crowd at Dave's Place to having her is hashtag all the graphic appear on the screen at Dave's Place to announce her AEW to her standing here tonight as the new face of TBS as she continues to talk the new theme for Mercedes Monet hits and out comes the CEO. Will tells her that this is the fourth time she's interrupted her. Monet assures her she's only out here to congratulate her. They end up talking about their match for the NJPW Strong Women's Championship in the past, which led to Monet's injury that kept her on the sidelines for a large chunk of time, and whether Willow purposely injured her in that bout. They continue to bicker back and forth and promote their showdown for the TBS Women's Championship at the upcoming AEW Double Another 2004 pay-per-view in Las Vegas, Nevada. As Monet goes to walk off, Chris yanks her by the arm to turn around. Monet quickly turns and slaps Willow, thinking it was her, and they are pulled apart to end the segment. Alright, next match is backstage. Alex Marvez is standing outside of the office of Tony Storm. Damn. Outcomes. Shit. The elite trio, Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks with Jack Perry. He asked them one by one if Jack Perry has been reinstated in AEW. They all ignored him except for Matthew Jackson, who tells him that Tony Khan has agreed to meet with Jack Perry in the ring live tonight. Alright, next match is AEW International Championship Preliminary Casino Gauntlet. Dante Martin versus Jay White versus Penta Zalmero versus Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer versus Kyle O'Reilly. They lock up White, backs Martin into the corner. Martin gets free and then exchange waist locks. White turns it into side headlock, then wrist lock, but Martin gets free. White delivers a few chops into the corner. It sends Martin across, but Martin dodges, and there's an as Gary Martin drops White with the Hurricane and falls with a dropkick. Martin goes for the cover, but White kicks out. He rolls to the floor. Martin comes over the top, but White dodges and delivers a few chops. Martin comes back with the knee strike and gets White back into the ring. Martin goes for a shot, but White jumps him to the outside. Then Penta's middle and enters the match. Penta delivers a shot to White and takes him down with a crossbody. Penta falls with the sling blade to both White and Martin, and then kicks Martin into the corner. Penta follows with the thrust kick and slams him down as the show heads to a commercial break. When we return, we see the match still in progress, as well as the introduction of yet another competitor in this casino gauntlet. Dante delivers shots to the Penta as Kyle Wright enters the match. O'Reilly delivers to Penta and Martin and then delivers elbow strikes to White. O'Reilly works over the arms of the other three men and then causes Martin to clothesline Penta. O'Reilly delivers a knee strike to Martin and then delivers shots and strikes to White. O'Reilly applies and applies a heel hook to White, but White makes it to the ropes as well as Will Ospreay enters the match. Ospreay and O'Reilly get face to face and exchange elbow strikes. Ospreay kicks O'Reilly in the face and drops him with the springboard elbow strike. White comes back in and backs Ospreay in the corner. White delivers chops, but Ospreay comes back with the chop of his own and sends White into the ropes. White ducks uh, to the ring, and then Ospreay uh, drops Martin with the Spanish fly for a 2 count as Lance Archer enters the match. The Murder Hawk Monster does some Hawk-style monstrous murder, throwing bodies all over the place and launching Ospreay onto a pile of bodies on the floor. On that note, we should gears and head into another mid-match commercial break as this action continues. As his action-packed Casino Gauntlet determine the next challenger for the AEW National Championship continues. When we return from the break, this time we see Commander makes his way out to join the fun. And after he hits a series of trademark high spots, including putting Archer through 2 tables on the floor at ringside, Jay Lethal's theme hits and he enters the match. And Ospreay's have some crazy offensive sequences. Um, and then Ospreay and O'Reilly start to completely tear the house down en route to Ospreay gain the win. Um, After the match, we hear the familiar sounds of the Undisputed Kingdom theme music. Out comes the reigning AEW National Champion Roderick Strong. He stares down Ospreay in the ring as the commentators promote their match for the title at the upcoming AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Double or Nothing 2024 pay-per-view. After this, we head into another commercial break. So winner and new number one contender, top to AEW National Champion Will Ospreay. Oh, did I not say the other match's name? Oh no, I don't know. I think it's me or something. Yeah, I did. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. Thought I said okay. Never mind. All right, we have a segment. If my camera's messed up, guys, just ignore it and stuff. It's very sensitive, so sorry about that. Next, FTW champion, the Learning Tree Christian comes up to the ring. As we sub back into the commercial, we hear the new theme music for Chris Jericho, who is now going by the name the Learning Tree. Chris Jericho, he emerges with the FTW Championship wrap around his waist as we see his victory hook from AEW Dynamite and split screen highlights, including his post-match apologies to Hook and Taz. He sails into the ring with a big cheesy smile on his face. I start off, hey guys, he says it's true that he's the new FTW champion. He says he's changing the meaning of FTW to for the World Championship because this is for all of you. He says we win this together, guys. Thank you. Pretty sure that made him know they booed him. Jericho says the entire wrestling world is buzzing about his FTW Championship victory, and he says it's because he's doing God's work. He brings up Terry Funk, telling him it's his responsibility to pass his knowledge to the next generation of wrestlers. He praises Hook, but says there are still lessons he needs to take from the Learning Tree. He calls Taz and others that surround him clowns. He says, more importantly, that he needs to listen to him when he says, stay down. He says he forced him to hit him at the head with a baseball bat. Alright, the Learning Tree continues to glow, but is cut off by the new theme music for Big Bill, one half of the former AEW World Tag Team Champions. Makes his way out to the ring. He says he's been in the back listening to him, and he's only got one thing to say: "I need the guys of the learning tree." The fans boo. So, all right, main event time. Is IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. John Moxley, who is a champion, versus Powerhouse Hobbs. All right, main event time. But first, we should backstage for an interview where we see Don Callis, Kyle Fletcher, and Orel Ospreay and the Don Callis family continue to seem not exactly be on the same page. Regardless, Callis walks off saying Ospreay is going to win the AEW International Championship for the family at AEW. That ruined nothing. We then head to another commercial. When we return for the break, we hear Wild Thing as IWGP World Heavy Champion John Moxley makes his custom ring entrance through the crowd inside Dave's place in AW's headquarters of Jacksonville, Florida. He sells inside the ring for the first ever defense of NJPW's IWGP World Heavy Championship on AEW Dynamite. The theme for Powerhouse Hobbs hits and next outcomes that Don Callis family member as Don Callis joins Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Taz on special guest commentary before the call of the final match of the evening here on the post AEW Dynasty 2024 episode of the weekly 2-hour AEW on TBS prime time television program. The bell sounds also. Here we go. Moxley delivers a quick kick to Hobbs' leg and go for a weird choke. Hobbs turns. What is it? Who's? I don't know. Hobbs turns around and backs Moxley into the corner. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Hobbs stomps Moxley down and then delivers back elbow. Moxley comes back with the chop, but Hobbs delivers more shots into the corner. Moxley comes back with the German suplex, but Hobbs right up and slams Moxley with the belly suplex. Mox goes to the outside, but Hobbs follows him out. Moxley delivers a shot and slams Hobbs into the corner timekeeper's table. Hobbs comes back and slams Moxley's barricade with the kick. Moxley clubs Hobbs in the back and applies a side headlock, and Moxley delivers right hands and follows with the elbow strikes. Alright, Hobbs comes back with a shot and slams Moxley into a trash can. Hobbs chops Moxley against the barricade and blocks him in the back. Hobbs gets Moxley back to the ringside and to the ring as the show has a commercial as we saw back in front of the in front break we see so back for the action until John Moxley Hobbs out for the win. Kenoshi Takesha calls out Mox afterwards. So winner is still IWGP World Heavy Champion John Moxley. Alright, main event time, which is a segment. AEW President Tony Khan meets with Jack Perry, all that stuff. Man. This is crazy. Main event, all that stuff. Alright, when we return from the break, Excalibur does his usual show and speed read through the updated lineups for upcoming AEW programming, including the Saturday doubleheader 8 of AEW Collision and AEW Rampage this week, as well as next week's AEW Dynamite and the upcoming AEW Double or Nothing 2024 pay-per-view. From there, Tony Schiavone is in the ring and he introduces the one and only Jack Perry. Out comes the scapegoat himself to the ring. He gets on the mic and the fans break out in a super loud chant. He talks about some of the best moments of his career being in Jacksonville, and then asks for Tony Khan to come out so they can address some things live right now. The AEW president emerges, and out comes Tony Khan to join Jack Perry in the ring, but Perry talks about how it's been 5 years since they first started this, and he was one of the pillars of AEW, a company that has gone on to change the world. He says he and Khan haven't always seen eye to eye, but from the bottom of his heart, he swears to God the only thing he wants is what's best for AEW. Alright, Perry asks Khan to shake his hand, forgive him, and let's continue to make more memories together in AEW. Khan does a big dramatic handshake and then raises Perry's hand. They do a circle to face each other of the crowd, but then Perry decks Khan with the big punch. Out comes the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada. Looking confused, they say something to Perry All Might. The Bucks help Khan uh, uh, the Bucks help Khan up, or it's so it seems. They end up stopping and teasing an EVP trigger, but instead, Jackson hoists him up upside down and then hit a Meltzer driver off the ropes, spiking the boss man dome first into the mat. As this Jackson's uh, public boss, the elite, but Jack Perry stands tall as security and officials rush to the scene and yell at them. The elite head to back as wrestlers and even Tony Khan's father come out to check on him as he remains laid out in the ring as the commentators stay dead silence. That's how the visual and all that stuff. So it was a great show and stuff. It was alright. Not too bad, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that was it. Tony Khan got beat up for the first time, all that stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, that was crazy. Yeah. That was it. And Mark can say he just got beat up towards the end and all that stuff because Jack Perry came out. All that. But anyways, that was it for this video. I hope you like it. If not, like, subscribe, favorite, all that stuff, and hit that bell button, whatever, comment, whatever. I don't care what you guys do. If not, whatever. Alright, so that was it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.